I want to thank everyone for being here this afternoon as we want to speak about the Cohort Trading Group. Now, this is a group of 20 Barbadians who came across an idea I had. That idea was called Core 15 Wealth Evolvers. So these persons were everyday working Barbadian citizens joining an idea just like yourselves. So they are you, okay? So let me just briefly explain what Core 15 was about, how that developed, and what led us to develop the cohort group. Now, the idea I had, which came from actually using binary option trading, why propose that one person would deposit 100 US and every 15 days receive 10%. So let's run the numbers here. They deposit 100 US. That means for 15 days, they're receiving 10 US. That totals to be 150 US. So they're already in a profit. They then take that and they recompound that, take that and redeposit it. They then redeposit 150 US, and then for 10 days, they're receiving 15 US. And you can see how quickly that can grow. Ladies and gentlemen, using that growth metric, a person would have earned over 1.2 million, approximately 1.4 within 11 to 12 months. That is awesome. Just from $100 US. Now, that process was very successful. We don't get into the numbers of it, but let's say at 100 US per deposit, we had a growth metric between 10 and 12 persons joining the platform every single day and depositing multiples of 100 US. So not one person will deposit 100 US, some persons will deposit multiples of that per day. Fast forward to May 1st, 2021. We attempted to do a test. However, not getting into the nitty-gritty of it, persons had unrealistic expectations of seeing funds turn up in their bank accounts in Barbados. So as we developed the tool, we came to a point of developing a process which was not called Core 15. It was a series of initiative after initiative after initiative. The 10K ran, 280K ran. We came to a point where we had to simplify the process and create a group of persons who would vet these ideas before they were brought to you, the public. So what I did was I placed a post in the group chat at that point in time, which was called the Replicate Network. I was asking for volunteers to join a focus group to vet my ideas. Those persons will see the ideas before the members, and we will all deliberate. These were everyday persons like that. So there are members who are part of my current team who volunteered to be a part of this group. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm showing you the background of where the cohort group of Barbados came from. You're seeing the authentic genesis of its creation. These are persons who volunteered to follow my process through this. Okay. Once that process started to formalize and I saw those persons give up their time, give up of their idea of what part of a network group is. I mean, they probably thought they were just there to benefit financially, but the person who was the vision behind it extended an opportunity for them to see what his process was behind the scenes. That was indeed the open invitation to get behind the scenes access to what I was doing. Great. So once we developed that, I came up with an idea called co-piloting, meaning that I will have a Zoom call, they're on with me. I am not telling them what to do, buy and sell, but I will be sharing my techniques with them. Okay, as time went on, over this 2-year process, we developed a process, ladies and gentlemen. We developed a real-time, well, I would say near real-time, about 5 milliseconds of compound interest. Compound interest is a methodology that financial institutions give you over multiple years, per year, and so forth. I wouldn't get into the nitty-gritty of how that works. However, we developed that ourselves. You can imagine our glee, our joy, not only seeing it in a test environment, but then seeing it in real time, ladies and gentlemen. Actually seeing it. Then the team came and what happened? I will not give you the date, but reality happened. We actually saw these values before our very eyes. And I think that I can say this, these growth metrics occurred in less than 15 minutes. Remember, compound interest, there are 20 persons on this team. So some of us actually withdrew the same night. Some of us basked in success and theorized that we could just wake up the next morning and then do our withdrawals. And some of us, ladies and gentlemen, were met with banned accounts. Some of us were met with opportunity to reclassify, re-verify. You follow the process and you still cannot get the funds out. That was the first blow to the team. Some members lost morale, lost confidence, and as a trader, that is very, very, very crucial to your success. However, the team did not disband. We rallied together and we started to focus on a consistent, streamlined way to success for ourselves, not to available to the public. Remember, our core process was to develop a system that we can replicate for you, the public. So that was the genesis of what the team came about. Good. So as time went on, we had so much fun trading. We actually had a night called Fun Family Night with ourselves. I mean, we're all family. We don't call ourselves a trading group, only persons who were on the night with us during the stock party could have heard the joviality and the banter that we have. We see each other as a family. That's how we see ourselves. We all have code names, but we see ourselves as family. Now, as this family fun night started to happen, one of our members, a lovely friend of mine, she sent me a video. And this video started to go through the streamlining process of there as a separate platform. And she asked me what I thought about it. I watched it and I instantly called her. And then, we started to brainstorm live on this call. This is one of the admins in the core group. And she pitched the idea to me. What if we use this to allow persons in Barbados not join our network, but to join other platforms? Imagine this. The idea of funding night came about to help Barbadians get the funds to join other platforms. So it was not a self-serving process. Remember, these are 20 moral individuals who just want to share what we have to the world. It's Barbadians create this. So I'm taking my time and walking you through the creation of what this team is and allow you to understand what we're going to trade, allow you to connect to our trades, and we earn together. Come on, you need to understand why we're doing this, okay? Great. So as that started to develop, we started to come up with ideas. So I finally settled on funding night, all one word, no space, no separation. We actually then came and pitched it to our team. Now, our team has a democratic flow. There isn't any one specific leader. There's no one person has one vote that's overrides everyone. I being the visionary, I can propose stuff, but I can't finalize it. Every person in the team has equal voting power. That's how it works, okay? Yeah, so we brought it to the team, myself and two admins, and we pitched the idea. They loved the idea, but they started to play with the name of it. And one of our members, what she did, she separated the funding into two separate words. Funding night. The entire group loved it, and as you can see, history was made. So we idea brought it to the team and formulated funding night. And the first funding night was a tremendous success. Persons who never saw trading before actually were calling trades. So great. So as funding night developed, and I want to go into the process of trying to pitch you funding night. We don't have much time to discuss that in the coming weeks, but I'm going to give a brief synopsis. Okay. So someone comes to funding night, makes a deposit, and not only that, they get 50 US in complimentary trades into the platform we use, which is called pocket options. We're option traders, but we have a platform that we dominate tremendously. Okay, great. So you make a deposit, and ladies and gentlemen, that deposit will eventually 10x. You make a deposit of $100, and over time, it will grow to 10 times that value. Remember, This simplified and streamlined path to success is that we trade for a volume. We are just trading. No offense, or no, we're not trying to insult you, but the team is doing what we do. We just trade. But what we're doing while we're trading, we are allowing you to connect to our trades. My team, which I'm a very proud member of the cohort group, we are not trading for you specifically, we're trading for ourselves. However, what we will do, we will have classes starting August 1st that we will allow you to learn from our techniques. Okay, so that is where it comes to today now, July 24th. As of today, coming out the end of this month, I personally, Carl Scanberry, will be taking a step backwards, ladies and gentlemen. There'll be two admins in the cohort group who will then come forward and be the de facto leaders of the cohort group Barbados. I will then take an advisory member role. What that entails is that the board I've developed for this process, I have a larger fintech process project, ladies and gentlemen. So I am still focused and dedicated to that. So the cohort trading group will still go on trading between themselves. You will still have the opportunity to connect to them, and we all earn together. What my role would be is to advance other projects and ideas that will push the fintech project to the next level. And one of the aspects of that is education within Germany. So one of the things we're going to have, and this idea came from a think participant, we're going to have an education staff. Imagine that all persons who want to put funds towards the funding of your children's educational future, all members can put funds into that. We're going to have a mortgage staff. Those persons who do not want to pay just your monthly mortgage, but to clear your mortgage entirely, and you own that land, you own that house. The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. Great, but we're going to all earn together. Now, learning to trade. Persons can have the opportunity who want to take this to the next level. You don't only want to connect, you want to connect to the point of, to the process. You want to connect to the flow. You want to connect to the mindset. You want to connect to us. You want to be there in a Zoom call, seeing the cohort members, not just seeing them on a Zoom call and they have their call signs. You want to be in a Zoom class with them and seeing them trade and you're learning from them. That is what you want. That is the next level, ladies and gentlemen. That's going to be available August 1st. And that is going to be available in a masterclass process. What that means is the initial classes will be provided at no cost because we want to see if this process suits you. And let's be honest, we're going to be assessing you whether or not you have the mindset. It's not skill set, ladies and gentlemen. It's the mindset to be an effective and consistent trader. Do you give up easily? Do you speak badly of yourself, or do you actually promote yourself? Come on, Carl, you can do better than that. Carl, that was a good trade. That is the attitude we want to foster within the group, ladies and gentlemen. We learn from each other. We want you to learn from us, and we want you to learn from yourselves. Okay, so that is also going to be possible. So the connection to us is not only trading, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to create a network of viability over the next couple of weeks and months and years. However, we want to make sure that you understand it in a simplified way to succeed when the cohort team succeeds, allow you to follow that process over and over and over again. Now, so as we take action in realizing this vision, we are refining it so we can mobilize it and market it better. Now, we've taken our time to focus on word of mouth, that grassroots methodology. But as you can see from today, we're going to try our best to provide a very detailed infographic. How do you connect? This is a process that we're going to take you through the 4 stages of connection. The first stage is funding. Now, one of the things that we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, we want to eradicate the need of multiple deposits. So this is what we're going to do. My wife came up with this idea and I loved it. You make one single deposit. Now, what you're provided with, you're already, this is so great. Listen very carefully, ladies and gentlemen. You are handed an account that is already connected. that's already receiving trades, and it already has 50 US of complementary trades in it. So when you connect, this also applies to persons who have already connected. Leading up to this Zoom call today, a person were asking me, Carl, I need assistance to have my account funded. Carl, I want to see what I can do. Can you assist me in signing up? So, ladies and gentlemen, the connection part of it is huge. So when you make that first deposit, there is no need for you to then take additional funds and fund your account. What we're going to do is invite persons, either you create your email and create your account yourself, or we assist you doing that. But whatever happens on either side, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be having an account that is going to be working without your direct funding it, because you're connecting to us via trades. Okay, so what does that look like? Now, the team right now is deliberating what amount a one-time fee for connection. Okay, so those persons who have already connected, there was no connection fee, as well as those persons who connected before, there will be no profit sharing of the profits, meaning that what you get in your pocket option account is fully yours. However, as we bring more structure and streamline into the process, there will be a connection fee. That fee is not determined yet. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there will be a profit sharing element going forward. Now, that only applies to those persons who join afterwards. That does not apply to those persons who are already joined. Remember, we were attempting to allow 1,000 Barbadians benefit from our launching. Okay, so that process was originally designed for streamlining and encouraging persons to authentically connect with us. Now, the cohort trading group is provided 100% live trades. They're doing that. So they're the group that is the engine behind this, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I want to address what happens to your funds. So when you make your deposit goes into a local financing institution. Yes, it goes there. We are not in the habit for confidence purposes of taking our funds and putting it in a live trading environment. However, we will place those funds in a local financing institution for an event that persons want to request a refund, a person want to request a dissolution of their involvement. Those funds are there. However, from the time that your account breaks even, my apologies, and then goes into a profit, that means that you have not only received back your fund, corresponding funds in US, but your account is actually in the green, is actually making funds. That process, when that moment happens, ladies and gentlemen, those funds then those funds then move over to the column of the cohort base, because we have successfully funded your account to a matching value, and that value is growing exponentially. Great. Now, what happens to a person who just makes a deposit? Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to be receiving automatic trading. From the moment that you make a deposit, remember, you're already being provided with an account that's already connected, generating funds. You'll be just given access to it. Great. So that instantly solves persons' belief that the process takes a little bit long. That totally leapfrogs the capability and I would say the capability and technical ability of the cohort trading group. Okay, so those trades will prove our consistency over time. But if you look at your screen and where we the trade element of the group, that bar chart in the third column, if you look at it, the line actually goes down. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a metric where every month when we have a net gain in the event of market performance. We have a mitigation process, but we're human. And we can only trade with how the market. We are trend traders. We're not there speculating like how other types of trading works. And by speculation and algorithm and analysis, we call the right direction over time. We are not those kind of traders, ladies and gentlemen. We are binary option traders. We have a specific skill set. It is 5-second trading in the moment. So we only trade within current real-time market conditions. So wherever the market is on a downturn, yes, we can trade like that. However, that is also a highly volatile environment, and that we cannot guarantee any level of growth in any given environment. However, we will try our best to maintain consistency month after month after month. But as you understand, as you connect with us, in for a pound, in for a penny, or the other way around, in for a penny, in for a pound. But what we're saying, ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna, every win you get is a result of a cohort trading group win. Every loss that we incur, you incur as well. So there is zero separation, ladies and gentlemen. What we benefit, what we perceive, you receive as well. Great. Now, as that process comes about, we want to market it better. So that is we're going to give this poster to you, and you can share it to your friends and family. No, it does not mean we're changing what we're coming to do. No, we're not. All we're doing, we're redefining it so that we can become more efficient in relation to the execution of this vision, and so that you, ladies and gentlemen, can communicate it better to other persons and indicate what is the overall goals, what we want to achieve. I personally want to achieve, I want to eradicate the poverty mindset, not only in Barbados, and this is a lofty goal of mine, but I believe that it is possible, and it cannot be achieved by giving persons finances. I'm not shooting myself in the foot here, follow me, okay? There's a clear way to measure our success. As time goes on, and we can clearly, more simply explain what the core team does, we would actually get there faster. We will leapfrog over the idea that Barbadians cannot create anything of worth. We instantly leapfrog over that. We leapfrog over the fact that we distrust other Barbadians. Anything a Barbadian creates, it must be a scam. Yeah. So the earning together is not only financial, ladies and gentlemen, and that's why he posted it's on the screen for such a long time. I want you to understand, listen to my words, and it's all tying into this. Yes, there's going to be events coming up, but this is all it is, ladies and gentlemen. The team trades, you connect with them. Not only trade-wise, you're going to get the opportunity to meet these persons socially. So this is a clear opportunity to grow as the cohort trading group grows as well. This is a clear invitation to be part of that. Okay. Now, so in relation to stacks, now remember, stacks was an authentic creation of mine, so that we did not. I'll be straight up with you. I'll be very honest. Our team did not want to receive deposit from you on a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and then you have to wait 2 weeks to see anything. We try our best to not work under stressful and expectation results. We try our best not to do that. So I came up with this idea, call it stacking. Now, in this original format, persons were allowed to deposit multiple amounts. My apologies, okay? However, we noticed a trend. Persons were taking funds from that they were supposed to pay for either their phone bill. Some persons took funds that they were supposed to pay for, their appliances at home. Some persons were taking funds meant for their rent and giving it to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, going forward now, there will be a document indicating source of funds, meaning that you have to clearly identify where these funds came from. Not only are you indicating to us that these funds are yours, you have to let us know where these funds came from. Did you take them from under the mattress? Did you take them from a salary? Did you take them from an investment portfolio? Did you take them from a savings account? Are you taking it from your salary that you're supposed to use for other important bills and giving it to us and passing that pressure onto us? So we want to stop that, because we have instances currently right now, this is real time, persons are asking for refunds because they took funds that they were not supposed to use and give us. Ladies and gentlemen, when you make a deposit, I don't call it disposable income. You call it investable income. This is what you do. You take your funds, wherever it is, endowment, salary, savings, whatever you have, you pay your bills first, ladies and gentlemen. You buy food. You make sure you have emergency funds, and any funds that are left back, you give to us. That is what we expect. So that source of document, funds of document will clarify that. Number two, your level of exposure. So PEPs are politically exposed persons, meaning that if you have any job or employment or career that is tied to an organization that is highly visible, unfortunately, you will not be able to make a deposit, as well as persons who are related to other PEPs. Because let's be honest, ladies and gentlemen, we want to have high AML practice. That's anti-money laundering practices. So let's be honest, stocks are a very powerful element. Any person who takes funds to us, even give us the trade with, ladies and gentlemen, and then we return those funds back to you, even in an elevated format, and you take said funds and place it on a financial institution, and they actually allow it, they receive it, and then you go and draw that fund. Ladies and gentlemen, our company, our group would have personally assisted money laundering. And let me give you an example. There's a large company in UK called Revolut, REVOLUT. They were fined because of this. They lack security, where persons were using a system to literally scam persons using money laundering. Now, they themselves were not doing it, but because of their process, they allowed it indirectly. So we cannot allow that here. So we're going to have, as you connect, they're going to be documents that you have to fill out that indicate, one, source of funds and your exposure politically, either in public service or organizations that prohibit you from joining such opportunities. However, that does not stop you from learning how to trade. That only refers to Ignite and Stacks, because they have an embedded investment opportunity aspect to them. Great. So as persons actually invest in each stock, they resemble a bar graph. So as these stocks rise and fall, someone can ask for a refund, like I mentioned before, or the person can, doesn't want to reinvest. They literally took the funds, because that directly affects the stock component. Now, ladies and gentlemen, stock component is a very powerful thing, and we're going to place some measures in place where you're given a read-only account that you can search it on the internet. You can see the funds. You just can't withdraw it. So that way, we're going to try our best to protect the process of stock compounding. Not only that, we're going to make sure that persons are penalized for asking for refunds, because, ladies and gentlemen, any funds you give towards Ignite, that has the instant refund policy. But however, when you ask from a refund from a stock, which we're currently doing right now, it affects these stocks. I will not indicate which stock it was that was affected, but that is happening right now. Okay, so we're not blaming persons for attempting to use funds, because originally stocks were supposed to be diluted after 24 hours. However, we want to make sure that we don't promote something that encourages persons to let's seize an opportunity, which would have, in that instance, a lack of judgment on our part, as well as yours. Great. So these stocks come in 4 categories, 4 options. Stock 100, that those persons can deposit $100 Barbadian currency. There's going to be stock 50, that is a stock that you deposit 250 Barbados dollars. And there are 10 persons in this stock. So you can multiply 10 with 250, you know what that stock size comes to. In the event that stock is full, then another stock is created, and so on and so forth. However, we've been advised to only create 3 multiples at this time to make sure and to maintain a consistent growth metrics. At this point in time, we only have those stocks being at 3 multiples. Great. Now, each stock has 10 levels. That means there's a maximum of 10 persons in one stock. You heard this in the summarized video from before, but I'm actually digging deep into it to explain the reason for that. We want this process to be sustainable, ladies and gentlemen. So this is not a process that we're going to make available, because this is not for everyone. It involves cryptocurrency, it involves trading, and let's be honest, the stacking process is brand new. So as one of our members mentioned to me, is that this process has 2 brand new levels. And we as Barbadians, we've been designed to think in structure. When you speak about this, person will ask you, 1, have you made any money from it yet? 2, how long you had to wait for it? 3, do you have to sign up? 4, do you have to learn to trade? That's process, ladies and gentlemen, that's structure. So since that is the way how Barbadians think, we have to create a simplified and streamlined process that fits that mindset. Very simple, streamlined. The Cohort team trades, you connect to them multiple ways, and we all earn together. Very simple, straightforward, and streamlined. That when you take this and share this graphic to friends, they can see right at the bottom. There's no telephone number. There is a link. You click on that, it sends you to a Zoho form, and you fill in your information. If you're already connected, you may not get an automated response. The reason for that, we have an active and involved algorithm. Connectivity. Our slogan is let's stay connected. So we want you to connect with us. Once you do that, you're going to be provided with the link to join the group chat. Persons realize the only persons in the chat that were added were cohort members. Those group admins, all of them are cohort members, every single one of them. You see their telephone numbers, but you also see their names, which are code names. However, when you see them on the Zoom calls, they're using the call signs for anonymity reasons, security, because these individuals are persons like me and you, and they want to be able to trade on your behalf in the comfort of security and anonymity. Yeah, same as you. When you come to us Ignite, we do not want you to be receiving funds and someone turning up at your door, realizing that you just came into a windfall and asking. We do not want those horror stories to be a reality, ladies and gentlemen. So that's one of the reasons we're going to limit those stacks to 10 persons per stack, and having at this point in time only 3 multiples of any given stack. Now, persons may ask us the tremendous amount of interest. Those are stacks that the cohort group of Barbados will manage. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to announce to you that we have persons within our group who have personal stacks. And ladies and gentlemen, there is no maximum to that. There are members of the Ignite participants who have, as I see persons who have potential, I suggest to them, you could possibly be a good stack manager. So we have stack managers here in Barbados, and we have stack managers overseas. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are already in international waters with stacks, ladies and gentlemen. So we are already growing. So the process is that the cohort group of Barbados will at this point in time, slowly but surely add to that value, but 3 stacks per stack amount. So you're going to have a maximum of 3 stacks at stack 100, a maximum of stacks of stack 250, a maximum of 3 stacks at 375, and a maximum stack of 1500. Now, the other personal stacks, they still connect to us, but we as the group, we don't manage those. We will only manage 3, 6, 9, 12 stacks in all. Yeah, and we still have the Vision Infinity stack. That's a separate stack that I personally manage. Okay, great. Now, the stack managers know there is absolutely no limit to their control the framework. So they don't have to adopt this 100, 250, 375, 1500. They don't have to do that. They can if they so want to. Even if in these stats, the amounts are standard, they can even adopt the original concept of stats having multiple levels, but we leave that to them to determine. All that happens is that they connect their stack to us and follow the same process. The cohort team trades, they connect their stack and their stack members, and then we all earn together. Yes, as that stack earns, so does the cohort team. We're not hiding that. Everybody earns together because those person stats will pay us a connection fee, as well as that stack benefits, they will pay a portion, a share percentage. The cohort group will get a percentage of what they get because you're benefiting from our trades. Yes. So as you provide your stack totals, the cohort team, each member will also benefit. It becomes streamlined, and that way we all succeed together. Great. Now, as each stack is built, each person will be placed on a level. Remember, there are 10 levels in each stack. So as they go through this, you may be hearing some things that I repeated before, but yes, this is a drill down of what I presented from before. Okay, Yeah, we're still great on time. No, so we're hitting the 1 hour mark. So this Zoom call has 45 more minutes to go. So since there are 10 levels in the stock, let's give you an example, okay? Let's call the first investor in that first stock Joe Brown. So Joe Brown wants to buy a car, and he only has $100, but he really wants to buy this car. And he heard about stocks. He heard about the cohort from a friend, and the cohort person, the thing participant, shared this poster with him. The cohort trading group, the person watched the video, and they can actually represent what the cohort trading group is. A group of 20 Barbadian traders who taught themselves body option trading, and they develop a process that they want to make available for a person across Barbados. They do it every 2 weeks, every Saturday night, and we call it funding night, a jovial, fun-loving family environment that we just have fun trading, but you're gaining over time considerable wealth in the process. Great. Now, once that happens, Joe Brown starts to see the process. Every time the stock compounds, he's seeing himself getting closer and closer to that target. So he's receiving multiple things. So since he is the first investor, he is called level 1. He is called level 1. Okay, and he's not on level 1. He is called level 1. Okay, I can already see persons modifying themselves in levels, and as they join stocks, they're pushing other persons up. I can already see that in my head. Now, as Joe receives his multiple dings, so he's not going to receive one amount and they have to wait 4 years. He's going to receive ding after ding after ding, and these are recorded in a success report. So this success report will have an internal report provided to the cohort team so they can analyze it, and there'll also be a public success report. Now, in that public success report, Joe will be referred to as level 1. His identity will remain anonymous. The only thing that you will see is how many things level 1, which is Joe, but you don't know level 1 is Joe. However, you will see the total amount of those things compounded. So you will not see what his first thing was. You will not see what his second thing was. The core group will see that, but not you. All you will see is the success of a specific stock, which will encourage you, but will invite you, will incentivize you to deposit to said stock. So no one just looks at the stock total and will see, well, this stock has X amount of dollars. Let me jump in here. No, you have to look and see the core metric, how many persons are in it, how often they receive things, how active it is. And those kind of metrics will be very vital in the event that persons want to join other competing models in Barbados. How active it is. I repeated that for 3 words. We have an active algorithm. We monitor your activity in each stock. This is a database system. My wife came up with that terminology. So we're going to record the activity, progress, success of each stock and provide it to you in a public report. However, the cohort trading group will have a highly detailed internal report so they can see who deposited, how many things they received, what is the value of each thing. They will even know that. And they will see the success and growth metric of their trades and how their trades are impacting each stock. How awesome is that? Okay, so let's get it understood that persons have full knowledge that your name will not be floating around there in the internet and the ether. That will be an internal metric only. Great. So we're going to 2 separate success reports. Okay, so I think I covered that pretty good. Now, their persons understand this is the process you will follow, ding after ding, success after success, allowing persons to adequately and clearly describe what is going to be happening. So I think that process covers the core of this presentation. Yeah. Okay, so let's see what's coming up next. Now, these are the upcoming events of 2023. So I think, let's dabble on them very briefly because the poster here is very, very self-explanatory. Great. Now, allowing persons to understand what this is a slight, step away from the formulaic methodology of you coming to a Zoom call, seeing a presentation over and over again. You saw it 2 months ago and it hasn't changed, probably a little bit of verbiage. We don't want that. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm creating small mini events that the main core focus is funding night. So July 29th, funding night, enjoy a night of fun trading with the group of Barbados, those 20 Barbadians, as well as DING participants. We're all going to have the joy and lovely time trading together. And this is going to be awesome next month when we are teaching you, members, to trade as well. So you will start a segue against raw talent, because some of you actually have the raw talent to trade, and let it bring it into a more formulaic, systematic process of trading. Good. Now, that's going to happen on July 29th. On August 1st is the Garage Group of Barbados. They're going to love this. When their trades are going to go out, we're going to invite person to deposit one Litecoin per stack. Now, I went to town today, and I went to a store. I will not say the name of it. And this is how I pitched it to the store owner. I asked the teller, the person who was doing the cashing, I asked, is it possible to speak to the manager? Okay, so person saw in the chat that we're going to look and see, we're going to investigate and determine who is the beneficial owner. Now, I don't want to get too much into this, ladies and gentlemen, but there are a lot of stores in I don't want to call it location, but in the central part of businesses in town that have a storefront, but there's someone else who is the actual beneficial owner. I mean, like on the written, on the line, like this is the person that owns this store, but the owner may not be in the store. There may be a person there at the front face. So when I spoke to this person, this is what I pitched. I teach my members to trade. What I want to come up with is an innovative way for them to see how practical their trading is. So this is what I pitched. I will come to this location, purchase some items in the store, actually pay for them. And then that will be a list. And then those members will provide proof of membership, and they can simply select from those items. The items are already paid for, okay? Now, what happened after that? The person then indicated that they will have to speak. The exact words were they will have to pass it up the chain, meaning that they will have to speak to somebody in superiority of that. The person just told me this is the person you speak to. So that is what we're going to do on our end. So we're between 1st and August. We're not just going to go and speak to companies willy-nilly. We're going to do our due diligence and speak to the persons who are the beneficial owners of these companies, and we're going to have a conversation and a business relationship with these individuals, so that when you go to these establishments, you're going to have that enjoyment. Now, that is going to happen as you receive, when you make a deposit of one Litecoin. For those deposits, you're going to benefit. Give me a second. So persons can have that process of seeing these posters. Okay, so as persons move from this point, seeing the battle board, persons witnessing members of the cohort team trading in a competitive event of 5-second, 1 minute, and 3-minute live money option trading. Okay, one of the things I'm really looking forward to on August 5th is seeing two admins, and on the left and right, it may come across as a slightly competitive environment, but what it is, it's allowing us to see those persons actually, seeing their specific skill sets and how they two complement each other. Okay, those persons having the left, having the right, not competing but working together. So cool. Then allowing the other members of the audience to trade alongside the core members and vice versa. So that's what will happen on August 5th. And then on August 8th, live copy trading, where we're going to take those persons, allowing persons to benefit from going to businesses across Barbados, those businesses who have connected with us, and you can actually get items that they agreed for sale. And then you're going to have on August 12th, another night of funding night, where we actually enjoy trading together. Now, this brings us to a culmination of where I want to enjoy persons benefiting. Now, one Litecoin right now is approximately, let's say, between 90 US and 100 US. Now, allowing you to realize that one Litecoin at one point in time was as high as 370 US at one point in time. Now, imagine when one Litecoin gets to 4,000 US and further. There's a growth metric to this. So you're gonna invest, you're gonna invest one Litecoin now. This process will be then sending you multiple Litecoins. And as you see, this is totally on autopilot. Remember that they're your Litecoin, you can liquidate them if you want. But seeing the growth metric of that, and these will come to your address, your Litecoin address, totally complimentary. All it costs is one Litecoin. So as these stats grow. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to bring this to you and allow you to understand that this is your Tradewin roadmap. Now, the call was designed for an hour and 45 minutes, but I believe that this process can be wrapped up in the time it took in 1 hour. So we don't have to go the full hour and 45 minutes. So this is an opportunity for you to see what is possible. This graphic here the three slides will be placed in the group chat. These two videos will be placed in the group chat. So that way persons can share this with other persons. Now, when persons want to see what is funding it about, we have a YouTube video for that. We don't have one for stacking as yet. As you can see, the stacking process we have now, it has been refined, sorry. So those persons can see what a stack is, managed by the cohort trading group. There will be other stacks, and those persons will have their own promotional material and identify how those stacks work. So it is my joy to present to you the Tradewin roadmap for all day night participants. The cohort team trades, you connect, and we all earn together. This is a streamlined and simplified path to success. Thank you so much.